10/5/2024. We're in the Wei Liaozi, chapter 20, orders for the guiding army. Verse 1. What is known as the guiding army, the vanguard, keeps a distance of 100 li from the main army. It arranges a meeting time and place, carrying a 3-day supply of food. It marches ahead of the main army and lays out a course for joining the battle. When the orders for joining the battle is given, the guiding army is mobilized and feasts its troops to give them the sway of power in battle. This is known as speeding into battle. Verse 2. The advance armies move ahead of the guiding army. When the order for joining battle is given, they move twice the distance of the guiding army away from the main army, about 100 li away from the guiding army. When they arrive at the arranged meeting place carrying a 6-day supply of food, they are ready for battle. They divide the troops and place them where they can inflict the most serious damage. If the battle turns to their advantage, they will chase the fleeing enemy. If the enemy bides his time by standing still, they will rush toward them. If the guiding army encounters anyone from the advance army who has turned back, they will execute them. Those called the troops of all generals contains the 4 unconventional forces and will be victorious. Scholars believe the last sentence of this paragraph is a fragment belonging to another part of the text, as it bears little relation to the subject discussed above. Verse 3. Troops can be made up of shin and squadrons, who can separate and unite. They are given roles before battle and given crucial passes, connections, and bridges to defend, whereupon they separate and occupy station. When the order for joining the battle arises, they immediately assemble. The army is mobilized with a daily ration of food, and their equipment is always sufficient. They rise when the order to march is given, and those who do not comply are executed. Verse 4. Assign divisions within the 4 borders. Once the advance army and guiding army have set off marching, the people within the 4 borders have no way of leaving. Those who heed the king's military commands, who have been asked to carry the tally, are honored as officials who follow their role. Officers who advance but do not follow their role are executed. When the command for joining the battle is raised, the officers who follow their roles march ahead and must work together to attend to the battle. For this reason, if you want to wage war, you must first have safety at home. I think that for as wordy as that chapter is in the beginning, the way that it wraps up saying, if you're going to do war, you need to have safety at home, holds very true in the sense of you need to have your emergency fund built up if you're going to go into business. You need to be able to work hard, right, and put yourself in a position for when times are lean. And I think that's probably one of the biggest, like, quote unquote, barriers to entry into small business or just working for yourself or being an entrepreneur is building up that safety at home that he's talking about, right? This strategy of knowing that you don't have to work extra hard or work as hard because you're ready, or you have the safety at home, you have the defense at home, you have the safety net